students, today we are going to discuss the topic marketing research, which is a part of subject marketing management. Let us start with the definition. So what is the definition of marketing research? American Marketing Association, that is AMA, defines marketing research as the foundation which links the consumer, customer and public to the marketer through information. So we can say information is the base of research. Without information you cannot go for research. And what is the aim? To make customer more satisfied. It is a link between the customer and the producer. What the customer wants and what the producer wants to produce. What to produce, when to produce. This question answer can be derived only by research. Next definition is given by Philip Kotler. Marketing consists of systematic design of collection, analysis and reporting of data finding relevant to a specific marketing situation facing by the company. Here the definition says it is a systematic way of collection of data, because without information the research can't be conducted. So first is you will have to collect the information, second you will have to analyze the information you have collected, and by doing analysis you will have to report your findings, what is the result of your research, so that the decision maker will take the decision related to a particular problem which is faced by the company for whom the research is being conducted. Take example, the demand for a product is being less in the market. So this is a problem which is faced by the company, and for this research can be conducted. So definition says three things. First is identification of the problem. First you have to identify what is the problem which is prevailing at the particular point of time in the company. Second, you have to collect the data. Third is you have to analyze the data. Dissemination of the information. Sometimes the information which is not useful to the company need to not to be stored for a longer period of time because it is useless. So dissemination will also be there, and use of information for decision making process. So it serves two purposes. First is identification of problem and second is solution of the problem. Now let us discuss the objectives or importance of research. Why the research is being conducted. So we can say research is being conducted for various reasons. First, to know the need and want of the target market. We all know if the customer will not be ready to purchase the product, definitely it will be difficult for the company to sell the product in the market. So how we can know the need and want of the target market? It is through research. We can know what is the like, dislike, because needs and wants, likes and dislikes, taste and preferences are changing day by day. You can take your example to what are the things what you are using today, that is brand or particular product, and what is the product or brand which you are using 5 or 10 years back. You can feel there is a huge variation in the demand pattern. So it is known as change in the taste and preferences. But it will be known to the company to modify or produce the new product accordingly. Second, to know the market changes. Changes are there in the market, like government policies are changed, rules and regulations are changed, taste and preferences are changed, competition is changed. So due to that market changes, you will have to change your marketing strategies accordingly. And if you are not able to change the policies accordingly, you will throw out of the market. Take the example of in the entry of Jio. The pricing policies have been totally changed. Jio had loaned the cheaper plans to the customer. But if they will not keep the watch on the new competitor, that is Jio, other companies will not be able to survive in the market. So it is known as market change. So whatever the change which are there in the market need to be known by the company to change the policies, rules, regulations accordingly. Next is to face competition. We know there is a lot of competition in the market nowadays. Each and every company want to snatch the market share of other companies and to become number one company. But how to become number one company? You will have to study your competitor. You will have to study yourself. You will have to do the SWOT analysis of your company. You will have to do the SWOT analysis of your competitors, and then only you will be able to face the competition effectively. You will have to know, okay, what is the product of the competitor, what is the plus point of the product of the competitor, what is the minus point, what is the price charged by them, on which type of product innovation they are working, what are the product is to be launched in near future. These whole things are to be taken into consideration to face the competition effectively. Next is to realize the marketing concept in practice. Whatever the things you are studying and whatever the things you want to apply in the study, it is totally different. So definitely you will have to apply the things that is theory into practice, but to apply this thing you will have to study the market accordingly, and then only you will be able to apply the things. Next is to segment the market and select the target market. Definitely not a single company in the world is sufficient to make each and every product for each and every consumer. So definitely, because it requires a lack of resources which is not available to a single company, so definitely they are focusing, okay, we will produce something for someone. It needs segmentation. Segmentation is a process of dividing the total market into different sub-market, and definitely they will focus a particular group of customers whom they want to produce the product. Take the example of Johnson Baby. So here Johnson Baby have focused that we will produce only the product which is suitable to the particular group of customers, that is newborn babies. So you can imagine the product categories which is available in the market of Johnson. You will find that they are having a product range which is suitable to the newborn babies. You can take the example of Apple. They are designing the phones for richer segment of the people. You can take the example of Samsung. They are producing the phone for each and every segment, that is lower class basic phones, middle class mid-range phones, and for upper class, that is high-end phones. So you can say that to segment it is necessary for each and every company, because you cannot serve a total segment of total population. So you will have to study what are the different segments which is having a huge opportunities now, that is present, and in future. In future too, it is also important, because what is, suppose take the example of the growth rate of the babies is to be taken into consideration by Johnson or new company which is there to launch the product related to babies. Take the example of Himalaya. Himalaya recently entered the baby market. He has started producing the same range of product which is designed or which is available by the Johnson. So here what is the present market, what the sale they will be available to snatch from the competitor, and what is the future option available, that is what is the future of this product in the market. It depends upon the particular segment growth rate. It is also to be taken into consideration. Next is to raise the standard of living of the society. Definitely whatever the product what we are using nowadays, definitely raise our standard of living, because newer products makes our life quite easier as compared to the previous generation product. So we are having latest innovative product which is solving our basic and problem which we are facing right now. So it is necessary for the company to know, okay, what are the problems of the society, what is the solution to be provided. What? Because each and every company want to solve the problem, because if they want to solve the problem, then definitely the product will be purchased, because whatever things what we are purchasing from the company is reason of a particular problem only. If we don't want to communicate, definitely we will not purchase the mobile. If we don't have to feel the heat, definitely we will not purchase the AC. So next point is raising the standard of living of the society. Definitely each and every company wants to raise the standard of living of the society, but how it's possible? Standard of living of society means they are using better products as compared to the past. We can take the example of phones. Previously we are using black and white phone, now you are using the smartphone. You can take the example of television, from black and white television to smart TV. So here we can say we have improved our standard of living. So standard of living is improvement is possible through product upgradation. Different companies are focusing to improve their own products from day by day. Take the example of mobile, take the example of computers, take the example of different type of product. They are upgrading the products day by day. Every year new product has been launched by the company. So it is only possible through research only. Next point is to formulate marketing program, that is 4Ps, and improve over time. 4Ps of marketing means product, price, place and promotion. Each and every company is focusing on these 4Ps for improving their marketing program. And improvement is necessary. Why? Because product is to be modified, price is to be changed over a period of time, promotion need to be changed, and place of marketing needs to be changed over the period of time. So these type of 4Ps is to be taken into consideration in research, and it is to be modified over the period of time to take the best advantage of the marketing situation. Next point is to reduce the risk inherent in decision making. Whatever the decision which is taken by the businessman is having the risk, and there is lot of risk in the market. So risk can't be zero. We cannot decrease the risk level to zero, but definitely we can decrease the level of the risk, and it is done only if we do for the marketing research. Through marketing research we can know what are the strengths, what are the weakness of the consumer, what are the strength and weakness of the company, what are the strength and weakness of the competitor, and by analyzing different strategies, different conditions of the market, we will change the decision accordingly, and it will reduce the risk of the company in the market. Take the example, latest changes in the policies are there. Take the example, lastly the government has declared there will be change in the model of BS4 to BS6. In this situation, the government decided to stop the selling of the BS4 model. So whenever the company gets the information about the policy change which is done by the government, they will have to change the strategy accordingly, and they have started to selling the product at a lower price to sell the stock which is readily available to them in the company or in the dealer distribution supply chain. So here the risk, that is risk of stock what they are having, is to be reduced out. Next is to assess the effectiveness of the marketing strategy. Different companies are following and implementing different marketing strategies for winning the battle. But the question is, are their marketing strategies effective or not? Suppose if we are decreasing the price, if we are increasing the advertisement, if we are modifying our product, the question is that if by adopting the change, are we able to increase our sales, or are we able to achieve the goal what we have had? So it is need to be analyzed, and through research we can know what is the effectiveness of the change what we have done in our marketing strategies, and are they effective or not. If it is not effective, modification is needed, and definitely by modifying we will be making it more effective. Next is to reduce the wastage of the valuable resources. Different organizations are having the resources, and definitely we know not a single organization is having a unlimited resource. The question is utilization of resource in a proper way and rational manner. But the question is how it can be done, because we are here focusing on reducing the wastage of the resource. How it can be done? Wastages can be minimized only if whatever the things which we are going to produce should be immediately purchased by the consumers. Otherwise we will have to sell the product by having the loss by decreasing the price of the product. So research is helping here in finding out what is the recent demand by the consumer. That product will be more produced, and the product will be modified according to the change in the taste and preference, and due to that the people will be purchasing our product, and definitely the valuable resources will not be wasted out. Next is to exercise the control. Every company wants to control the market, control the organization, control the competitor, but it is possible only if they are having the information how they will be able to control. So information is being provided by the market research. Next thing what we are going to discuss is the scope of marketing research. In which areas the research can be conducted. First area of research is research on product. Here we can say research can be done in product qualities, existing use of the products, competitive products, needs of developing the new products, PLC, branding, packaging, labeling, after sales services, etc. Next is research on market. Here we can select the market, define the market, study the needs and wants of the target market, study the size and location of the current market, territory, opportunities, market share analysis, market study of different markets and estimating the demand for the new products. Next is research on sales methods and policies. Here we will analyze the sales records, analyze the territory records, size of the orders, time of the order, terms and conditions of the sales and methods, activity and effectiveness of the salesman, evaluating the existing selling methods, sales force management, training, compensation, size, etc., effectiveness of the promotional tools like advertisement, personal selling, sales promotion and publicity. Study on organization structure in the department. Next area is research on advertising. Here we will study the comparative study of the elements of promotion, compare advertisement with different other tools, what is the objective media selection, advertising message, themes, copy, which ad agency should be selected. Social aspect of advertisement, that is negative and positive effect of our advertisement on the society, different stages and role of advertisement, government restrictions on the advertisement, study on the cost and contribution of advertising and evaluation effectiveness of the advertising, and study of the competitors' advertising strategies and practice. Next research is on pricing. Here we will do the research related to the different objectives of the pricing, effectiveness of the pricing policies and strategies, methods of setting the price, quality versus value analysis, new product and pricing policies, study on the effect of discount, allowances, seasonal fluctuations, pricing strategy on different stages of the PLC. Next is research on distribution. Distribution, we will do the research related to what are the distribution decisions in achieving the marketing goals like online or offline or combination of two. Comparative study between the direct and indirect channels, physical distribution, ancillary services related to the distribution, various type of channels, factor affecting channel choice, comparing distribution strategy with our competitors, relevance of online marketing nowadays, and legal issues related to the distribution. And the last point of research is research on environment and corporate liabilities or responsibilities. Here we can do the research on business analysis including demand, national income, per capita income, trade and industry, economic growth rate, fiscal policies, monetary policies, export-import policies, and what are the effect on our business. Short-term and long-term business forecasting, which is needed for production purpose, how much to produce and when to produce. Technological aspect, availability of quality and productive resources, impact of legal provision and acts on our business. Study on consumerism and consumer rights. What are the role of consumer nowadays and what is the effect of the particular consumer rights on our business. Social and cultural values affecting the business, because cultural values are changing day by day. People are shifting from Indian culture to Western culture. It will affect our business to it. Last is pollution and ecological imbalances. It will also affect our business responsibilities, and nowadays the part of the social responsibility is also changing. Now, moving towards limitations of the research. As we know, if certain things are having the benefits, they are having the limitations too. First is effect of external factors. Whatever research you are doing, it will be not limited to internal factors only. External factor will also affect your research decision, like competitors, government policies, export-import policies, international trade policies. Definitely they will affect your research behavior. Second thing which is limiting the research is time gap. Makes the market research irrelevant. Time is to be taken into consideration. If the time consumption in research is more, then what will happen? The problem which was there in previous will either it will be automatically solved out, or the new problem might be erased. So whatever the research work done, or the time and amount of money which is spent on research will be a useless activity. So time is to be taken, minimum time the research should be conducted. But the question is, it is not possible in each and every cases. Next is cost consideration. Research is an expensive process, so definitely each and every company is also not going for the research. But the question is, what is the amount of money which is to be spent? A budget amount is to be allocated for the research, and if the company is having such type of cost in their budget, then they can go for the research. So small companies definitely not going for this type of research activity. And the question is the amount of money which the company is spending on research. If the research is not fruitful, the research fail, the amount of money will be a waste. Next is problem of rapid change. Generally what the problem which is prevailing, and for that we are going for the research. But the question is that the problems are changing nowadays at a quite rapid pace. Suppose take the example, we are focusing the research, okay, we are not having the demand of a particular commodity, so we will go for the product modification. As in, and we are just able to change the product because it is also a time consuming process. The new problem will be arise that a new product has been launched by the competitor, and if even though you have modified the product, still the product is not acceptable by the market, because you know there is fast technological change nowadays, and definitely in that case, if the research is time consuming, it is also connected with the time concept. Time consuming, it will be a wasteful activity. Next is problem of trust and accuracy. Research is done by the research department or the third party or the research agencies through you will be allocated the work of research. Now the question is, it is trustful or not, or are they making the research in an accurate way or not? It is third party work, so definitely the question of trust and accuracy also arises. Next is, it is not a problem solving technique but an aid to solve the problem. It is not necessary that if you have gone for the marketing research you will solve out your problems. It is not a problem solving technique. It is an aid. It is a method in which you will be giving the assistance regarding the problem to be sorted out, and it is not necessary that even though if you have gone for the research your problem might be, so it depends upon the accuracy of the research. Next is subjective and biased results. Sometimes the result which is done by the third party, and depending upon his ability, mental level, skill, the research work will be conducted. The question is, biased nature will also come into existence. Next is, it cannot eliminate risk inherent in business. We have discussed this thing also. Risk can't be zero. We will be able just to reduce the risk. We cannot completely eradicate risk, but through research definitely we can completely remove the risk. It is not possible. Next is applicability and use. Sometimes the research are being conducted for the sake of research, and the top management which is taking the decision, sometimes they are just referring the research report and they are taking the decision on their own. So here the question is what is the applicability of the research, what is the use of research. The research is zero over here because they have not taken any decision regarding the research. Next is difference between field officer, data analysis and decision maker. The research is a complicated process. Different persons are involved in research. Like first is field officer who are collecting the data. The other question is have they collected the data properly or not. Second is data analyst who are analyzing the data. So analyzing persons are different as compared to the field officer. Field officer are not analyzing the data. So data analysis are different. Now the question is they have analyzed the data in proper way or not. And third, after analyzing the data, they will create the research report, and research report is submitted to the decision maker. The question is that decision maker have used the report for taking the decision or not is also important. So these are the different type of limitations of the research. If you are having any questions, you can contact me via WhatsApp. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.